Happy 10-year, Ryan and Joe. Hope y'all are doing well. I've been asked to reflect on my memories of the Johanna and Ryan wedding. There are so many. Where could we even begin? We'll start with the giant bolt of lightning that almost made me crap my rental. I'm sure that's kind of expensive to clean up, but surprisingly from there, I remember everybody staying relatively calm and everybody working together to pull it off for the both of you. And I think that we did a pretty good job. I won't lie, in my head I was stressed out a little bit. I didn't want to get yelled at in the aftermath, so you had to, act on the spot. Finally, I felt really bad for both Joe and Ryan on their wedding night, and their wedding night dinner was at Ruby Tuesdays in our pajamas with the likes of Ryan's friends and things like that. I'm sure that wasn't really the way Joe thought it would go off, but in the long run, look at you now, 10 years later, still going strong, got a wonderful son and everything. I wish I could see y'all more, hopefully after this shit's all over. Oops, I cussed, sorry, I was doing so well until the end. But happy anniversary to the both of you. Many memories from your wedding, but I remember everybody pulling it together and making it happen. So, love y'all both. Take care.
Happy anniversary, Ryan and Joe.
Happy anniversary.
We remember a lot of fun things about your wedding. I remember that you had it on my birthday, which was really rude. Also that you made it flood. That wasn't cool. But no, just kidding. We loved your wedding. I remember the part where the power went out and you just sort of had a candlelight ceremony, and it was absolutely perfect and even more romantic.
It actually was. Yeah, I remember getting to play music, playing dobro, which is pretty fun. And then when the power went out, it's kind of cool that, hey, we can just keep playing. No big deal. And then a little bit after that, well, let's just all go to the basement. That's pretty normal for a wedding, right? And it actually turned out to be a real storm.
Archer, what do you remember about the wedding?
I remember dancing.
You remember dancing like 5 years before you were born? Cool.
So it must have been a fun wedding. Anyways, happy anniversary. We love you guys.
Hey, we can't wait to see you, by the way. We're going to have you over to this new house.
Yeah, we're going to have a housewarming. It'll be so fun.
But anyway, yeah, happy anniversary. Y'all have a good one.
Try not to get married on my birthday next time.
The day that Joe and Ryan got married, I remember being so excited that one of my best friends had found a man that she could spend her life with, and that I knew that they were going to have such an amazing adventure ahead of them. And their adventure started the day of their wedding. I remember we were getting ready and it was already hot and a little humid. And I remember trying to wrangle my child at the time, who was less than a year old, in the middle of getting ready and doing everything. And also, I just remember the anticipation of waiting for everything to start. And then I remember the power going out and what are we going to do now and all those sort of things. And I think that if anything, it was a great representation of what love and what marriage is like, because you kind of have to just wait and see how things are going to go. And you know that as long as you're together, that everything's going to work out and that it's going to be just as great as you can make it. And that was the day, with the candle lights during the ceremony. And it turned out to be so beautiful, and one of those moments that I know nobody will forget that they were there and witnessed and experienced. So I hope you have a happy anniversary, and thanks so much for letting me be a part of your day and your life, guys. Love you. Bye.
Hello, Joe and Ryan. It's your father-in-law / father coming to you live and indirect in celebration of your 10th wedding anniversary, which is coming up soon. Ryan asked me to take a look back at that wonderful day in May of 2010 where we attended your wedding, and that's what I'm going to do. A lot of memories from that day. Most of all, the fact that you guys got hitched and that our two families were brought together for all time. But what I recall, quite honestly, is all of the interesting things that happened. What was probably the worst storm of the decade, if not this century, had us all wondering if we were ever going to get through the ceremony and see you guys successfully married. There were some tense times, as I recall. The things that stand out in my mind are, first and foremost, of course, the storm. And I do remember making a couple of trips to the basement for some tornado sirens that went off a time or two. I remember some torrential rains. I remember the city of Nashville and the key transportation arteries therein essentially all being closed at the same time. I remember your grandfather and grandmother deciding that they were going to drive home to Ohio in the middle of all this against our urgings to the contrary. So they got to spend a couple of days in a motel about 30 miles from the church because the roads wouldn't let them pass. I remember working to help you guys get set up. I remember the Twinkie cake, and somebody, I don't remember who it was, scolded my mother for trying to take a sample of the Twinkie before it was time. I think she got hungry and decided she was just going to assert her senior privilege by eating a Twinkie. That did not go well for her. I remember that it was a time when I got to see Steve Weiler. Hadn't seen him for several years. Nancy was able to meet him and Carrie for the first time. We actually went out to dinner and I think one other time to lunch, and that was very enjoyable. I looked forward to hearing the bands perform, Ryan, that you had set up. And then when we lost electricity, we got to hear the unplugged version of the music that you had prepared. I remember what I remember most of all is just all the people and all the commotion and all the trials and tribulations leading to one very fine event, which was finally bringing you guys together and getting you successfully married in spite of all of the circumstances that were working to the contrary. Anyway, those are some of my memories, but I'm here to say on behalf of me and on behalf of Nancy, have a happy anniversary. Congratulations once again for your long and successful marriage and for producing that great little guy that we all love as our grandson. And we're wishing you many, many more happy returns and great longevity in your marriage. And we hope to, we look forward to congratulating on your 20th anniversary. So again, on behalf of me and Nancy, have a great day. Enjoy your anniversary, and we will celebrate you with a toast of our own. And we'll look forward to saying hi to you on the day itself. So with that, we'll say goodbye. Again, we love you, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Hi, Ryan and Joe. Just wanted to wish you a happy, happy anniversary. It's hard to believe it's already been 10 years. The best best part of that day was seeing you guys, or Johanna, come down the aisle. Grateful for you guys. I love you. Most memorable was that storm, but good memories of you guys. Love you.
The most memorable part for me was to walk you down the aisle. Okie dokie. Bye. Love you.
Happy anniversary, Ryan and Joe. I hope you both have a great day. So, memories of the wedding. There's just so many. I don't even know where to begin. But despite all the rain and the thunderstorms and the tornado warnings and everything else, it turned out to be a beautiful wedding. One thing I remember was that Joe was adamant she did not want candles at her wedding, but God kind of intercepted your desires for that. So we hustled to find so many candles, and I thought it was beautiful. And this ceremony was just so nice, and there again, beautiful. And then everybody had so much fun at the reception, and we all improvised without electricity, and it was like no big deal. Ryan and Joe got married, and that's all that's important. So anyhow, it was fun to celebrate through the day and into the evening, and it all just brought back a very, very memorable day that you will never forget. I hope you have another good anniversary today. And I love you both, and I'll talk to you later.
That's the end of the movie.
Thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you very much.
Meow.
Happy 10-year anniversary. I love you.
I love you too.